We'll get started. So just a little bit of an introduction to the session. So it's a little bit like Claire's session was on Tuesday, but the slight difference to this circuit session is it's slightly more focused on the lower limb. So you could say it's more focused on running rather than specifically swimming and cycling, but I suppose it does improve those two as well, or help with those two. So the first bit of the session, we'll do a little bit of a warm up. So it'll be sort of mobility. Then we'll do some lower leg strength and foot conditioning as just a bit of a prep set. So I'll show you some ways that you can do that in terms of conditioning sort of the lower leg, which is often sort of prone to injuries as runners. And then we'll go on to sort of a main circuit, which is focused on sort of plyometrics, core, calf, hamstring, glutes, which are all the things that are generally weakness and weakness if you get injured regularly. Even if you don't, they'll still improve your running as well. So just a couple of sort of health and safety stuff. Just make sure your floor space is nice and clear, because we will be moving around a little bit. There will be some potential, some jumping. And I don't want to hit your head on anything or bang into anything. Just make sure you've got a reasonably big space. Remove anything that you can slip on. So for me, I'm going to go barefoot. So it's probably best, to be honest, this session is probably best barefoot. You can do it in trainers, but I probably wouldn't do it in socks because you're more likely to slip. And if you do have any injuries, don't feel like you have to do anything specific. So for example, if you've got Achilles problems, then maybe just take it really easy on the plyometric stuff, or don't do it at all. Okay, so first of all, we'll start as a little bit of a warm-up. So I'll put the screen on there so you can see. Okay, so if you lie on your front, arms out to the side, and then this one's called scorpion. So if you've seen my video before, you'll have seen this one. So pick your right leg up and then just try and touch to the other side. Try to keep your shoulders on the floor as much as possible. So you should feel this in your lower back. And this is also a good one if you don't have enough space. You'll start banging into things. So you can give yourself a little bit of chance to move things around. Okay, then we'll move onto our back. So very similar. The only difference with this one is that we pick our leg up and then keep it nice and straight, and then move to the side. Back up, down, leg up, and then all the way to the other side. So it's almost the same, but you should feel it in your glute. Okay, right, we'll start that one there. The next one, we'll go on our hands and knees, and this one's thread the needle. So right hand, reach all the way through, shoulder comes to the floor, and then reach up to the sky. Look up to the hand. Again, you probably feel this in your lower back. So try and reach through as much as you can. Right, we'll swap arms. If you're like me, you'll probably start having some creaks and cracks. Okay, right, for this next one, we'll stand up. You might not be able to see me for this one, but you'll see when I reach down. So this one's called caterpillars. So reach to touch to the floor, walk your hands out as far as you can, and then slowly bring your feet up to as far as you can to keeping a straight leg. If you need to bend your legs, that's fine, and then stand up. Turn around, we'll go the other way. So walk out nice and far as we can, and then walk those feet up nice and slow. Again, if you need to bend your legs, that's fine. Just trying to get your feet up as close to your hands as possible. We'll just do 2 more of those. Last one. Okay, next one, we'll go Z6. So get your legs in a position that is almost like a Z. So one knee out in front and then the knee to the side. And then start with your hands behind your back and we'll just cross over to the other side. So your feet should stay in the same position, keeping your back nice and straight. If you are quite mobile, you can do it with no arms, but if you're like me and you have to crunch, you want to try and keep your back straight. So I could probably do it with 1 arm, but if you need 2 for support, that's also fine. Okay, next one, we'll go toe taps. So start in a press up position. So boom, nice spine, nice and straight. And then opposite hand goes to opposite foot. So we reach through, touch our other toe, reach. So you should probably feel this in your hamstrings. And we'll just go 12 of these. So 4, 5. That's 2. And stop. Okay, I think that was it. Yeah, that's it for the sort of mobility. Usually do sort of 5 to 10 minutes of that before. Well, I usually try and do it before every run. I go on or after every run, but there's lots of different combinations. So we might do a few different things for next week. Okay, so we're going to go on to our lower leg strength. So for this bit, you need a band. So I've attached my band to something. So if you can attach your band to something solid, and so you've got a little bit of space, that's all you need. So you just need a band for this section. So I'll just give you sort of 30 seconds to a minute to do that. So again, this is sort of lower leg foot conditioning strength work that's really important for all the sort of muscles in your lower limb and around your feet. And generally, a lot of people get injuries in their sort of calf area, or sort of the front of their calf, so their anterior muscles here, which often is called shin splints. So we're trying to strengthen these muscles and then also muscles around the ankles, which are really important for running. Okay, so once we've got the band sorted, we're going to do some inversion and eversion banded work. So the more you pull the band this way, the harder it will get. So you'll have to sort of figure out how hard you want to make it. Keep your legs nice and straight, and then we'll just go eversion. So try to keep the legs straight, but you just move in the ankle. So you see my foot move. So moving it out. So that's not too hard. You can always move it away a little bit so the band's a bit more of a tension. Just do 10 more seconds on this side. Right, and we'll stop there. Right, I don't want to face, put my back to you, so if you just swap feet, I'll just keep my foot in the same one. But you just swap feet, and then we'll go exactly the same on the other foot. Okay, last 5 seconds of this. Should feel a little bit of a burn. Okay, stop there. So next bit, we'll go the inversion. So instead of moving it outwards, we'll move it in. So start again, however much tension you want, and then just moving the ankle in. Some of you might find this harder or easier than the last one. Depends where you are stronger. I find it a little bit harder. This is also good if you're prone to sort of twisting your ankle or going over on stuff. This sort of thing really helps sort of strengthen the tendons around the ankle, just to sort of help prevent sort of going over on your ankle. The last 10 of these. Okay, right. Swap to the other foot. So I'll keep it on the same foot so I'm not facing away from you. Okay, last 10. Okay, stop there. Right, just angle the screen down slightly. Right, so the next one is a plantar flexion. So again, keep it tied on, but face in front of it. So wherever it's tied on, you're facing in front. Get the band around your foot. Pull it as far away as you need to add the tension. And then we're just going to do some plantar flexions. So flex it upwards. So try to pull those toes towards you. Again, you can add more resistance if you want to pull the band away from you. You should start to feel that in your shin. Maybe even your calf as well. Okay, 10 more seconds of this. Okay, and swap to the other foot. Ooh. Again, just make it as hard as easier as you like, or like me, you can't get it on your foot. Okay, last 10 of these. Okay, and stop. So a good progression of that one, we won't do it today, but I'll show it you. You probably have to wear trainers for it. You need one of these dumbbells and a chair. So we might have a go at this one next week, so we don't have to do it this week. So if you found that really easy, a good progression is to put the weight on your toe and then keep your legs straight and then flex your toe upwards with the weight. So we won't have to do that one next week, but if you want to add a progression on, if you found that easy, then just use one of those weights. You might want to put a trainer on that because it can hurt your feet. Okay, so next bit, we're going to do some foot condition on the mat while stood up. So this is all around sort of your toes and your sort of lower feet. See me on that one. So you won't be able to see my head, but you'll be able to see my feet. So first bit of this one, we're just going to start at one end of the mat, and then one at a time, you're just going to crunch your feet, and then the next one. So one at a time, so we're trying to get to the other end of the mat. So this might feel a little bit weird. Sort of helps with the dexterity of those toes. So you'd be good at this if you can pick up pens or anything like that with using your feet. But it's really good for sort of the foot conditioning. And if you have sort of weak toes, you're more likely to sort of transfer that weight through the shin and cause a few injuries. So if you're finding this difficult, then you definitely need to work on that, because this sort of stuff will really help prevent sort of those injuries in that lower limb. So just keep going all the way to the other end of the mat, and then you can turn around and go back. I'll sort of move. I'll move so you can see me. So just do 10 more seconds of that. Okay, we'll stop there. So the last one, foot condition, is foot rolls. So you may have done this during sort of any run sessions or before a drill. It's usually a drill I would do before a run session, but it's also a good one for sort of foot conditioning. So basically start with your toes pointed upwards, so put your right leg forward, toes pointed upwards, heel down, and then roll through the foot. So it's almost like a front moonwalk. So again, it's a bit hard to sort of coordinate, but as you roll through the big toe and point your knee forwards. So this is good for sort of, again, your feet, good for sort of the calf mobility, big toe strength. So you could usually do this with your shoes on, but this one is also good with your shoes on. Okay, right, we'll stop there. So next bit, we're going to go on to sort of the main circuits. So again, make sure there's enough space. We won't need the, oh yeah, if you've got a sort of a smaller band, you'll need all of those. I broke mine the other day, but I don't have it. We just need those for one. All the other stuff, you don't need anything. You just need a wall for something to grab onto when we do some of the exercises. So there's 10 exercises that we're going to do. We'll do them for 30 seconds each. There won't be much recovery between, just sort of moving onto the next one as I introduce it. And then after one set, we'll just have a minute recovery and then we'll go back again. So the first one, I say only do this one if you don't have any sort of Achilles injuries, but it's a freestyle hopping. So I'll get my stopwatch so I know what I'm doing. So standing on one leg, and all you're going to do is freestyle hop. So you're just going to hop to the side, wherever you like to go. So we'll start 30 seconds now. Again, definitely use bare feet. Don't jump on your mat because it will slip. So maybe don't try and move that out of the way, but move where you like. Little hops if you're not used to it, or you can do big hops if you're a bit more used to it. Last 10. Okay, 2, 1, and stop. So I didn't explain that one. Use just the right leg for the first section, and then you can do the left leg for the next time through. Or you can do 15 seconds on one, 15 seconds the other, depends how you tire, and we'll do that all the way through. Right, next one we'll go front plank. So keep your back nice and straight. Should start to feel that in your core. Don't have your bum up or sinking it down. Nice and straight, looking forward. Last 10. And stop. Okay, next one is hammy walkouts. So lie on your back, hips off the floor, and then all you're going to do is walk your feet out as far as you can. You can go easy and come back straight away. You can go hard and go straight legs and then walk all the way back. Again, you keep your bum off the floor and your arms flat on the ground. Okay, if you're starting to burn too much, then don't go as far out as you can. Just come back a little bit sooner. And if you are good at this, you should be able to do straight legs. Okay, last 5. Okay, 2, 1, and stop. Okay, the next one is skipping or ankling. You don't need a skipping rope for this one. But basically, it's skipping sort of movements. So basically, we're just trying to bounce on our feet and bring the toes up. So when you jump, the toes come upwards. Again, if you've got Achilles injuries on this one, just only do a couple. Don't do a full 30 seconds. Okay, last 10. Start to burn your calves up a bit. 5, 2, 1, and stop. Okay, so lateral squat walkout. So say if you've got a band that you can wrap around your legs, for this one you can use it. If you want to make it a bit harder, or if you just want to make this one easier, you can. So basically start in a half squat position, arms out in front, and then all we're going to do is walk to the side. So take 2 steps one way, and then 2 steps back the other way. Again, you can make it harder by using a band. This is really good for something like glute strength. If you can get those glutes strong, it stops all those ITB issues you can get when you run and your knee comes inwards. So again, trying to keep those knees out as possible. Don't let it collapse in if you've got a band. Keeping that back nice and straight. Okay, last 10. Okay, 2, 1, and stop. Okay, so you're going to need a weight for this one. Or, well, you can use a weight or not, it doesn't too matter, but maybe watch the exercise first and then you can add a weight into it. So this is single leg RDLs. So start using your right foot. You can hold the weight in your right arm, sorry, left arm, opposite. And then basically all you're going to do is reach down so the leg comes up, hips nice and straight, and then foot comes through. Again, all the way down, nice and straight, don't open up the hips, and then through. Right, so we'll start that. Now again, if you want to change halfway through, you can. Okay. And if you want to add the weight, you can, or take it out. Sort of up to you. If you're losing your balance, you probably open up the hips too much. Nice and straight back. Try not to round your back if you've got the weight. Keep it nice and shoulders up. Okay, last 10 seconds. Five. And stop. So if you just did one leg on that one, we can do the other leg on the other time through. Okay, so next one is a toe tap. So we did this as a warm-up, but we'll just do a little bit more of it. So start in the press-up position and then reaching up to the opposite toe. This one feels fairly easy to start with, but starts to burn as you get through. But it's also a good loosener halfway through the circuit. Last 5, 2, 1, and recover. Okay, so next one, we're going to do calf races. So probably find something solid that you can hold on to, and then you can do 15 seconds on one leg or 15 seconds the other, or you can, if you're confident, you can just do one leg all the way through. So all you need to do, hold on to something to keep your balance, and then calf race up. So point your toes as much as you can, as high as you can get. If you start to lose the height and it starts to burn, then just swap to the other foot. Or you might be able to do a whole full 30 seconds on one side. Okay, that's 5, 2, 1, and recover. Okay, so split squat. So you can use a weight from this one, or you can do without it. It's completely up to you. And so all we're going to do, start on one side, nice and wide apart, and then go down, back up, down, back up. We'll start from now. Again, you can swap it halfway or just keep on this side. If you want to add the weight, you can do. That's 10. Two, one, and recover. Okay, last one. It's a little bit of a burner because we've only just done the calf raises. We're going to do soleus raises. So basically the same as a calf raise, but you're going to bend your knee so that you get the burn further down your calf muscle. So it's called the soleus.
Rob, can you just lower your screen a touch?
Oh, sorry, yeah. Is that better?
Thanks.
All you're going to do is, so basically you're just driving that knee forward. Use the other foot for balance, or if you're really good, you can take the other foot off. Again, swap it halfway. That's 10. Okay, 2, 1. Stop there. So minute recovery.
Calling Pippa. Oh. Mobile.
What's going on there? Minute recovery now, and then we'll go repeat it again. Sorry if you couldn't see me on that last bit. I can't see myself, so it's difficult to. There we go. I can now. Yeah. Okay, another 20 seconds and then we'll repeat through that once more. Okay, so the first one is the single leg hop. So if you use your right leg last time, then just switch to your left. Or if you change legs halfway through, that's also fine. You can do the same again. Right, okay. So single leg hops. Again, I'll use my left leg, so use my right leg last time. Okay, ready, 2, 1, go. Last 10. 2, 1, and stop. Okay, straight onto the front plank. Again, keeping your back nice and straight. Try not to round those shoulders, keep those nice and flat as well. Last 10. 2, 1, and recover. Straight onto your back for the hammy walkout. So bum off the floor. Keep walking as far as you can, and then walk all the way back. So just on your heels. Last 10. 2, 1, and stop. Okay, back into the skipping or ankling. So as you jump, those toes should come up and try and point them up to the ceiling. So really trying to flex those toes. Don't land with the heel, just land on the toes. Last 10. 2, 1, and recover. Okay, we'll add the calf raises in on this one, just so we're not doing 2 lots of it in one go. So I'll use my left leg. So hold on to something that's a bit of a balance, and then flex all the way up to keep the leg straight. Okay, if you can't do a full one, then just swap halfway through. Ideally, be able to do this for 30 seconds at least on one leg. So if you find that really difficult, something we can look at to improve. Okay, last 5, 2, 1, and stop. Okay, so the lateral squats, so the walks. So if you need a band again, just wrap that round. Half squat, and then 2 steps to the side, 2 steps backwards. Again, try not to make the knee collapse inwards, especially if you've got the band. Last 10. 2, 1, and stop. Okay, so the single leg RDLs. So weight in the opposite hand of the foot that you're on. If you are using a weight, so using the right leg last time, so use my left. So straight, and then knee comes up. If you find that when you straighten your leg, your hips open up, then just keep that leg bent. Up. Again, don't round your back. Try and keep it nice and straight. And those hips pushing forwards, not angling at the side. Last 10. 5, 2, 1, and recover. Okay, onto the toe tap. So press up position, and then reach to the opposite foot. So you should start to feel a little bit looser through your hamstrings. It shouldn't be as tight as it was before when you first did this one. That's 10. 2, 1, and stop. Okay, so we're going to the soleus raise. So again, knee bent forwards, and then the heel touches the floor, and then lift it up. But the knee comes forwards. Again, it's best to hold on to something, and then try and lift the other foot off the floor. Okay, last 10. 2, 1, and recover. So last one, the split squat. So do the opposite one you did to last time. So start nice wide position, toes pointing forwards, and then knee comes to the floor and stand up. Again, if you find that easy, you can use a weight. Okay, last 10. 2, 1, and recover. Okay, good effort, guys. So that's the finish of the main set. And so we'll increase that in a few weeks. We might go to 40 seconds or go to 3 sets. But as a first week, we'll just do that for the main set. So if there's a cool down, we'll just do some sort of mobility stretching. We'll start with a very short bit of yoga. So we'll do the down dog position. So just let me get the camera sorted. So just have a little bit of recovery. For the first bit of the stretching, we'll do some down dogs. And then we'll go into some static stretching. Okay. So we start in the down dog position. If you've not done this before, arms straight, bum up to the sky, and then feet, try and get your ankles near as the ground as possible, and then just push through with your arms. So you should feel that stretch all the way up to your hamstring and your calves, especially if you're trying to get your heels to the floor. Okay, and then what we're going to do now, bend the arms so that you come through, and then nice stretch on the lower back. Top of your feet should be on the floor, and then back into the down dog position. And then one more of those, so reach through. You can feel that on the lower back. Look up to the ceiling. And then back into down dog position. Okay, so this time as we go forwards, we're going to do an IT band stretch. So with the right leg, the toe should touch your left hand, and then the knee should come down towards your right hand here. And you should feel that stretch all the way through. If you're really good, you should be able to get your bum on the floor. But if not, you just find a position that's pulling, but not too much. That's 5 seconds of this. Okay, and then back into down dog position. And then left foot, again, IT band stretch. So toe should be near your foot, and then sit back into it, so you should feel that stretch right through your IT band, probably your glute as well. Another 5 seconds. Okay, 2, 1. Back into the down dog. Just hold this for another 10. Okay, I'm finished there. So just a couple of static stretches that we'll do. So start with the calf. So find a wall. Find a wall to push on. Keep your feet pointing forwards and then push against the wall, and you should feel that right through your calf. If you want to make it more of a soleus stretch, just bend that knee forwards so the heel comes off the ground. You should feel that stretch lower down. And then you can move it backwards. So trying to hold these sort of stretches for like 30 seconds to get as much benefit out as possible. Okay, and swap legs. Again, you can bend that knee forwards a bit. It's nice and slow. Feel the stretch lower down into your soleus. And then straighten it, it will stretch further up to the top of the calf. The last 10. Okay, 2, 1, stop there. So last stretch we'll do a hamstring. So sit on the floor, feet out in front, and then we're trying to reach forward and touch your toes. If you can't touch your toes, don't try and force it. You want to try and keep the back nice and straight. So I mean, I struggle to do it with bending my back. So keep that back straight. And then you can grab onto the ankles. You can pull them in a little bit. But say try and keep the back straight as much as you can. So if you're really good, you can wrap your fingers over the toes and then lean into it, but try not to get that back too rounded. So mine does do quite a bit. Okay, last 10 of this. Okay, then we'll go legs nice and wide apart, and then we'll just reach to the foot on our right hand side. So you can try and pull that one in. So you might feel that sort of top of your hamstring onto your groin. You can get 2 hands over your feet. And you sort of tuck your head in. Okay, now reach the next one. Okay, last 10. And stop there. All right, guys, we'll stop there. Thanks for joining. As I say, next week we'll do pretty much the same sort of exercises. As I say, I might extend them or do more sets. Say 45 minutes is enough for today. You might feel a little bit sore tomorrow, but that's fine. If you get DOMS from doing this, that's good. And you feel fine in a couple of days. And then the more you do this sort of thing, the easier it will get. So if you've done Claire's and then you've done mine, and you've maybe done some of Tom's weight stuff, so you might feel a little bit tight or a bit sore. I say that's fine at the moment. And then give it a few weeks and that'll get much easier. All right, thanks guys.
Thanks, Rob.